Good evening. It was the first constituency-wide ballot on Britain's membership of the European Union, and people in Rochester and Strood voted overwhelmingly in favour of leaving the EU. 44,000 households were invited to take part in Conservative MP Mark Reckless's survey, and just under 10% did. Despite the low return, Mr Reckless calls it a victory. Critics say it was just a stunt. Fiona Irving reports.
In or out? A ballot on our membership of the European Union. Was this an outlet for the people of Rochester and Strood to voice their opinion, or just a publicity stunt?
I think we've given people a chance to have their say, and I've had to, with my local members and supporters locally, raise £5,000 or £6,000 in order to do this and to get a ballot paper to every household. And I think that's something to be proud of, and I'm really pleased with the result.
In the survey of constituents, 80% were in favour of leaving the EU. In total, 4,000 voters responded to the ballot, representing a less than 10% turnout.
It's time for a real referendum. That was you back in 2008. The trouble is, Nick, nobody believes you.
Nigel Farage thinks that we live in a world where we can cut ourselves off, we can be isolated, and that we don't gain by working with other countries, India, America, China. These countries are not going to take us as seriously as they take the world's largest economy.
The European elections are now 6 weeks away, and Britain's relationship with the EU is part of an increasingly heated national debate, and one that many in the South East are joining in.
Well, I want us to stay in because I don't want us just to become a little island, in the North Sea. And we need them for trade, and philosophically I agree with the idea.
I definitely vote to stay in the EU, yeah.
Why?
Well, because we're linked so closely to Europe in terms of trade, industry, culture. To leave the EU would leave us completely isolated.
I don't think we should pull out now. I think there's too much to do with business, basically. I think there are too many businesses involved now in the EU.
I think we should pull out of the EU.
Why?
Yeah, I think they're governing too much of what's going on in our country.
I mean, I sell French wine in the UK, so for me it's absolutely essential. It makes it so much easier.
I think we should be on our own. Yeah, stuff Europe. Bring on England, why not? Yeah.
David Cameron has promised an in-out referendum by 2017 if the Tories win the next general election. So there are a few more years and a few more hurdles to jump before people here get to have a vote that counts.
That was Fiona Irving reporting. She's live for us in Rochester. And Fiona, Mr Reckless thinks that other MPs are likely to follow his example.
Yes, Polly, Mark Reckless says that other Conservative MPs have already approached him about conducting a similar survey in their constituencies. This was the ballot paper that was sent to people in Rochester and Strood, and it asked the simple question, should the United Kingdom be a member of the European Union? Regardless of your opinion about whether we should be in or out, the clamour on both sides of the argument is only going to get louder, is only going to increase as we approach the next general election.
Thanks, Fiona.